Meine Damen und Herren, der neue
Ladies and
Porsche
gentlemen,
911
the new
Carrera
Porsche
S.
911 Carrera
Begrüßen
S.
Sie den Vorsitzenden
Welcome,
des Vorstands
the
der
Chairman of the
Porsche
Board of
AG,
Management of Porsche
Matthias
AG,
Müller.
Matthias Müller. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. For more than half a century, the 911 has been celebrating its global debuts at the Frankfurt Motor Show. And for more than half a century now, too, the 911 has been our answer to the question of what makes a Porsche a sports car on the road and on the racetrack. Nearly 900,000 units have been sold, making it one of the best-selling sports cars of all time. It is considered the benchmark in its segment, and today it serves more than ever as a gene pool for all Porsche models. And nevertheless, it has remained exclusive. The reason for this success is that Porsche has always reinvented the 911 again and again, and if necessary, Porsche has also broken with many years of tradition, because at Porsche, technology is not an end in itself. Rather, it's a means to an end. A Porsche car is a car that drives like a Porsche. It's not just about the number of cylinders or the cubic capacity or the engine concept. What defines a Porsche is supreme driving dynamics, maximum efficiency, and a sensuous, timelessly beautiful shape. A shape which, unlike us, never ages, forever young on wheels. When you add to that everyday usability, long service life, and stable value, then we're talking about a Porsche 911. The newest generation that we're presenting to you today in Frankfurt is once again the best 911 of all time. And once again, we're breaking with a tradition. However, we are picking up on another tradition, which is just as successful. The first 911 Turbo, launched in 1974, established this tradition. As a result of a courageous technology transfer from motorsports, it brought up to a new level the spread between power output on the one hand and consumption on the other, thus establishing a trend which, during the worst of the oil crisis, many people back then thought was the wrong way to go. But as we know today, they were wrong. And therefore, it's good news for our sports car enthusiasts that, as of immediately, in the 911, including in Carrera models, we will be relying on Porsche turbo technology. The new bi-turbo horizontally opposed engine has 3 liters of cubic capacity and produces 370 horsepower in the 911 Carrera and 420 horsepower in the 911 Carrera S. Now, you can only realize what this means if you compare it to the original turbo. More power output, more torque, faster acceleration, and higher top speed. But what's most impressive for the driver is no doubt the fact that all the torque is already available at 1,700 RPMs. In the approximately 30 years in which the original turbo has become a coveted classic car, consumption has been cut by nearly half, with consumption of 7.4 or 7.7 liters per 100 kilometers for the models with double-clutch gearbox. We have achieved a reduction of consumption of about 12% compared to the direct 911 predecessor generation. Ladies and gentlemen, the presentation of a new generation of the Porsche 911 would be incomplete without hearing about lap time on the North Loop of Nürburgring. We expect a lap time of about 7 minutes and 30 seconds, a good 8 seconds faster than the predecessor model. Now, this is not crucial for lap time, but it's especially important for quick progress during everyday driving. That is the new infotainment system with real-time traffic information and improved connectivity. In all new generation 911s, it's standard. Operation of it has been made even more ergonomic, and it makes it easier to concentrate on the most important connectivity of all. That is the best grip on the road. So, as you can see, the 911, as has always been the case, is state-of-the-art, keeping pace with the times, and, as is so often the case, it's even ahead of its time in many ways. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to be satisfied with this today. There's something else we want to show you.
Meine Damen und Herren, die Konzeptstudie
Ladies and
Porsche
gentlemen,
Mission E.
concept car Porsche Mission E. What makes an electric car a sports car? To put it differently, what does an e-Porsche have to be able to do? How does it have to look? And when will it be launched? You see the answer right here. This is what it might look like in the foreseeable future. This concept car is called our Porsche Mission E. This gives you an outlook on what we think a pure electric sports car should be like. An e-Porsche that deserves the name must have a range of at least 500 kilometers. And of course, even if you're driving it in a sporty fashion, with no ifs, ands, or buts, which is what our customers expect today in everyday driving and on racetracks. And sporty also means lasting fast acceleration and braking without any loss of power. Fast acceleration for an e-Porsche means in less than 3.5 seconds, it's got to go from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, and in less than 12 seconds, from 0 to 200 kilometers an hour. Sporty driving also means a top speed of more than 250 kilometers an hour, and not just once per battery charge. And a Porsche with an electric powertrain, of course, has to be fast on the North Loop of the Nürburgring. Let's say in a lap time of less than 8 minutes. And since everyday usability at Porsche is just as important as performance, a recharge for your e-Porsche should not last more than 15 minutes. It's like today, when you go refuel, wash your hands, and then have an espresso. And after that, you can look forward to the 600 horsepower that are lurking in the 800-volt turbo charging station in the Porsche Mission E. And all of this in a car that everyone will immediately recognize as a Porsche, which transfers the design DNA of the 911 into the world of pure electric sports cars. Functional, sensuous, timelessly beautiful, forever young on wheels, and as radically modern as the original 911 at the Frankfurt Motor Show in 1963. A sports car that follows the gestures, the glances, and the intuition of the driver when it's being used, so that the driver can concentrate on what's essential, a typical Porsche driving experience. When will we be there? As soon as the technology is advanced enough, presumably in less than 5 years. Thank you.